Alright, in this lesson I'll show you how to set a new value for an existing value in a specific cell or row. Let's begin by re-executing our code. Here we have our data frame, and I'll begin by pulling the row values for the film called Dr. No. It's actually the very first Bond film ever made in 1962. So I'm going to spell out Dr. No. There is a period there, and there I have my values in my data set. And so what I can do here is actually use the IX method to set a single value, and all I have to do is give an equal sign after my IX call and give it the value, the new value that I'd like to assign it to. Now this is an example where we're going to have to use a second argument to our IX method to specify what column we want to affect it in. So for example, if I do bond IX Dr. No, that's going to give me all of the columns right here. We can see the complete series. If I want to change the value in the actor column, I have to write actor as my second argument. Or of course I can give the index position of the actor column, but of course to me strings are always easier to work with. And of course this code by itself will work. So if I execute this, I'm going to get Sean Connery because that's the cell at the intersection of the row Dr. No and the column actor. But if I want to give this a brand new value, all I have to do is write an equal sign and write the new value for that specific cell value to the right. So if I want to change Sean Connery to Sir Sean Connery, I can execute this line of code, and we're not going to see any immediate impact. But now if I locate the film with a row label of Dr. No, you can see that Sir Sean Connery has replaced my regular Sean Connery. So that's the current value now at the Dr. No label in my original data frame. The value in my original Bond data frame has now been permanently altered to be Sir Sean Connery instead of Sean Connery for the movie Dr. No. And if I want to do multiple values at the same time within a row, I can pass them in a list. So for example, here's me pulling Dr. No again at the bottom. And let's say I want to modify the values in box office, budget, and Bond actor salary. They're currently written in millions, so 448.8 million, 7 million. Let's say I want to write out the whole number. What I can do here is specify either a list of box office, budget, and Bond actor salary, or of course I can specify the numeric values of the positions of these three. It's totally up to you. And when I execute this, I'm going to get just those three column values. It's 40, again to the right I have the actual values themselves, to the left I have the column names from the data frame. And if I want to reassign these, I can just give a list and do something like 448 million, actually 448.8 million, so there we go, and then 7 million with 6 zeros, and then 600,000, so there we go. And now if I once again take a look at the row values for Dr. No, you can see that all of these values at the bottom have been changed. This little symbol is just a mathematical symbol that indicates that those values can't be fully fit in there. It has to condense them. I can prove to you that those are the new values by simply extracting box office. We can see here that it's in fact 448 million as we wrote here, and in fact we can specify that if I do budget, it's going to be 7 million as well. By the way, we put in integers, but it's converted them to floats, and the reason for that is probably because of the null values that exist within our budget column. So if we want to fix that, we'd have to fill in those NAs and then call that as type method to convert them to integers. But that's how we can set new values for either a single cell value or multiple cell values within a single row. And in the next lesson, we'll show you how to reassign values across multiple rows.